So here's day 48 with Etan. And again, just working on kind of our daily. I always feed him his breakfast and spend time with him during those feeding times. It's good, nice, quiet bonding time, and he's starting to eat a lot better.
Good stuff.
And then go to do a little bit of work on getting him to come. So this is kind of a big step for him. He's still thinking about running away, but he's doing a really good job of trying. Again, kind of playing around with draw. And he's funny because he tends to respond when I wiggle my fingers onto the right side. He seems to like that. So, again, okay. That seems to work. And give him a reward. And that's a really nice moment. You can kind of see him sniffing and kind of moving his head around. Now working on putting the lead rope on. Give him a reward at the same time. Since I'm having to use two hands, sometimes that can spook them when they're not sure. That was a really good little moment and good practice. I try to do this a couple of times a day. And see if I can get him to move off of the pressure of the halter. Of course, he does a big blow at me, but he's getting a lot better. Now moving on to Y. Y decided to take out on the trails. And then we have my students, Layton and Rachel, are on Rune and Fledge. So we're kind of having to go a little bit off trail here because we had some trees down. And the whole time I've been working on kind of getting off and on Y. I've been on him a couple of times. And he didn't seem to mind, but sometimes he can get a little tight, so I have to get on and off, on and off, on and off. But I find it's pretty fun to take them out on the trail, get them to think about other things, take the pressure off of just being in an arena. And he seemed to really do well on the trail. We had to cross a couple of ditches and go through some pretty thick stuff, so you'll see we're just making our way around. Lots of different terrain, had some rocks. He handled that awesome. And so now I have a little bit of a section in my driveway where we have some, different little ditch, the different colored driveway.
Good boy.
He handled that really well.
Good boy. Oh.
And so then at the end, I was able to hop on. Kind of follow these two guys down the driveway. But this took, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get video because they were riding and we were in some thick woods and stuff. But getting on and off through the trail ride really helped him relax. So then by the end, I could hop on and ride him down the driveway and film at the same time. And he did a pretty good job of going past. There's a green electrical box sometimes horses like to spook at. And just letting him walk at his own pace. He's doing a really good job. And handling it really well. So once I get back to the barn, I wanted to show you guys how I get on and off, on and off, on and off. It's good practice. Just I like to get him comfortable with me moving around on him. So I'm able to get on, start to move him walking him around in different places. Right here is kind of like where we've got concrete, gravel, and grass. It's a good kind of like change. And here he was pretty funny. He like turned to sniff my foot, and that kind of spooked him a little bit. So I could felt him tense up. So I popped off, and then I'm going to pop back on. So some people might say, well, you're getting off and they're nervous. They're going to learn to get you off. But I kind of feel like if I'm able to get on and get off before they start to learn that they can buck me off, then that's not going to happen. So it's just kind of a safety thing for me, how I figured out through the years. Getting on and off when I feel them get tense. I sure as heck don't want to get bucked off. I give him a second right here. It's giving me a lick and chew. And pop back on. He stood still. That was a good moment. And just playing around, asking him to move off my leg a little bit. Moving around, sliding my legs. Again, it's not the first time that I've been on him. He has had me on him before walking around. And working on our back. Now this was a kind of a funny moment. So he spooked at the rope, I thought, and he was being a little funny about his face, which he normally doesn't care about this. He really didn't like me doing that. So I'm just going to keep on.
Oh, I forgot he hates the shirt.
And then I remembered it's the shirt, because this navy shirt has the white writings on it. So I roll my sleeve up so it takes away, and then voila, we had no problem. And so I really forgot he just doesn't like this shirt. Now he is getting better about it, but it's kind of a funny moment there, because now he's fine with the rope. So now I'm going to give him a good wash with the hose. You'll see I'm kind of talking back and forth. My husband came out, was chatting with me. So turn on the hose. He handles actually this really good. So this hose is stupid because it gets air in the line, so it sounds like a machine gun sometimes. But Y does not care about that at all. Dorado, however, hated it. So it's really funny how different the horses are. And he likes to try to drink out of the hose, which is pretty cute. So washing him off, he's pretty relaxed about this part. Doesn't seem to mind it. I wish he was fully red over his whole body and not paint. The paint horses can be so tough to keep clean, especially here where we have the Georgia clay, so it kind of drives me nuts how dirty he gets, but that's a fact of life with white in Georgia. Again, it's doing a really good job. Letting him get another drink of water.
I can't help it. You bit it and then you didn't like it.
And working on spraying his face. So how I teach my horses to spray their face, I start low, kind of on the chin, and work on going under the eye. And then I'm able to get around to the top and go around the eye. And that seems to work really well. I'm going to do one side and then the other side. So here you'll be able to see how I'm able to go start at the cheek and then down and around. So then they learn to close their eye, and then you can wash their face. He handled that really well. It was really good. It was a really fun day, kind of playing around in the woods, and looking forward to tomorrow.